I got my Brandy, got my beats, but I'm still flawed trying to find my feet. Can't shake this hurt inside of me. Hurting silently. Reach over to your pillow. Cold enough to freeze. These rules keep memories. Sworn to secrecy.
Hello, and welcome back to the Train Podcast. This is episode 3, the first show of 2020. With that being said, I want to wish you guys a happy new year. I am Travis Works, and I am your host. To keep up with anything to do with the show, www.thetrainpodcast.com. As you may have heard, that was a little snippet from Got My Brandy, Got My Beats by Kano, and that's the topic of this discussion today, Kano Hoodies All Summer. This album has probably become one of my favourite albums of 2019, and I had no idea that this album was going to drop at the time. If I'm being honest, it was my friends who informed me about Kano Hoodies All Summer as they wanted to have a lads weekend in Bristol. I thought, let me do a little bit of research since I'm very in tune with my music right now and I love the stuff. Did a little bit of research into Kano Hoodies All Summer, and I'm glad to let you guys know that it did not disappoint me at all. If anything, it exceeded my expectations. First couple tracks that I did watch from or listen to from Kano Hoodies All Summer was Trouble and Deja, and that's what kind of enticed me a little more with the relevance from the kind of story with what happened to the young guy in the kind of story / film / music video / everything else what Kano wanted to do with that project, and then with the introduction of Class of Deja through that as well, which kind of reminded me of the pinnacle of kind of grind age, really, with the back and forth between him and Getz, and then having DEE in there as well. I just want to share my positives, what I actually took from this album, because there was so much we all could learn as maybe listeners, people who live in the UK or people who actually just make music. I like how Kano presents himself as a normal person. He doesn't glamorize or detach himself because he's one of the most prolific MCs to come out of the UK. This album, Hoodies All Summer, he addresses real and relatable topics. He speaks about hood culture. He speaks about living in the UK. He speaks about race. He speaks about stereotypes, heritage, friends leveling up, some friends not being here, some friends being in prison, his flaws, love and heartbreak, and just being in better situations, or maybe being able to put yourself in better situations. That's some of the positives that I actually did like about the album Hoodies All Summer. You can also like listen to these subjects in tracks like SYM, where you talk about the police stuff and the politics. You can see visual representation through Trouble. You hear about sentimental things like his love and his heartbreak and everything like that through Got My Brandy, Got My Beats. I just want to quickly go on to longevity and how he kind of educated me from one of his most recent radio interviews on Represent Radio. Kano's probably been one of my favourite MCs to come out of the UK, but I received 140 Grime Street in 2009. That's almost 10 years. That's 10 years ago. And if you want to count the years and be funny, you could say a bit longer now. It is 2020. But I just love that someone like that has been around all them years. And even before that, when I was listening to Ghetto Coyote on the bus, maybe in 2003. So with people being around that long, you don't really know what to expect or what's going to come for them. A lot of people lose the energy and they become just feature MCs, or they just kind of linger in the background and come a bit bitter. But I'm not saying anyone who sending for anyone when I'm saying something like that, but a lot of people do that. You have the old guys first, the new guys, and then a lot of the old guys don't like the new guys. Represent Radio allows you to get insight into his creativity and his creative process as well. It's one of my favorite interviews. He provides insight and he's just very honest on it. It's one of the most honest interviews you could probably watch from an MC in the UK. He talks about having a hard time sometimes writing or struggling to put himself in that mindset. He's talked about leaving music in the past and maybe resurrecting the foundations and using it for this album. He's honest. He said when he was doing Top Boy, he had no kind of vibe or inkling to want to actually go and do this Hoodies All Summer album. He said it's not all the time you have to just jump on a sound or jump on the wave because it's popping. And I like that there is a bit of loyalty from Kano, and he thinks about what he's actually giving to us. He speaks about the importance of actually referencing music we grew up on, or referencing music what impacted the culture. You see this through the garage track, what's on the album. You hear it, bashment elements and reggae vibes when you hear like Capleton and the sampling Can't Hold Me Down. You also get a sample from Sizzler, like the dry cry sample on Teardrops, and he pays homage to Graham again through like Class of Day. Just so over the years we've been able to, all of us are grown up on music like this, and he's actually put it all together and made it make sense. There's not a lot of people who maybe would get a feature from Jamaica as well and then have Popcaan on the track and actually make that a good track, but I'll go into that later. He, like I said before, speaks about being loyal to the sound. I just want to big up Jody Milliner and Blue May, if this is correct. He said that, I think he said he doesn't want to work with strangers or anyone, and he's known these people for a long time. I think he said that these two people put this project together, and that's why it's quite consistent and quite dense and quite rich. So if they produced this just between the two of them, you've done a good job, and I can't tell that this was the case. I really love the sound, and I love how you wrapped up all the influences I spoke about. Went over to France recently, and everyone was asking me about Grimm, and then people were talking about Top Boy, and I like how UK culture actually has an influence overseas or other places in Europe, because you can get Eurostar. I want to say like it's like a flight to anywhere you're taking, you know what I mean? So like in Europe, a lot of people were asking about Kano, and not realising that Kano was Sully or vice versa. We were like, oh yeah, we like Top Boy, we've seen Sully. I was like, yes, Sully is like a pinnacle person in grime, so check out more Kano tracks, and I appreciate that. Album breakdown, favourite tracks from this: Good Youths, Brandy and Beats, Can't Hold Me Down, and Trouble. Because so many people have done like a Trouble review, I'm not going to go into that. I'm just going to go straight into Good Youths, and I like where he's at. Life of a lyricist, break down his lyrics. Life of a lyricist in the times that we're living in, gotta speak mind of the biggest things. Shine is irrelevant, grind is imperative, gotta put pride over a million, stride is what the vision is, never lie to the listeners, don't hype on the innocent, and why the pie's a billion, slice and divvy it. That's why this is one of my favourite tracks of 2019, because it just gets straight to the point. He looks at the climate of music or what's coming out of the UK, and I did a little breakdown of my own, like how maybe Rap Genius would. I like where he's like, life of a lyricist in the time we're living in. He's looking around, he's aware of what he's about to give us, he's thinking, he's looking at what influences, to me, maybe young people, or how his music can maybe change people's lives, I think, anyway. Gotta put pride over a million. A lot of people are taking on these big contracts, I think, and then like not actually performing what they want to do. They're just like kind of like another puppet in the label. It's like, you must do this, or you have to perform with this person or do that. Kano stepped away from music for 3 years and then came back and done his own thing, and it's still great. So I think he's the type of person what does care about what we receive and how he represents himself. Got some dignity, you know what I mean? Never lie to the listeners. It's not every day like I want to hear someone talking about a German whip or something about VBS. I do like trap music, I like drill, I'm always gonna like it, but I just like that this album was so grounded. So it's not every day you have to glamorize the wrong things. I'll be telling people that you're doing something negative to someone or hurting someone on your music. Keep that stuff to yourself. Brandy and Beats, probably, Jesus, hold on, some everything. Right, anyway, Brandy and Beats, that was from SYM, I don't know what happened. Brandy and Beats, I love Brandy and Beats because it shows the human side of being a celebrity and someone in a relationship. Most males brag about having disposable women, whereas Kano just is the man on this. He talks about maybe the lost of one and maybe lusting for that person again. He doesn't talk about, oh yeah, I've been with this person, I've been with that person, I need to be calling up that person's name. He doesn't rely on anything like that to sell his music. He gives us a personal insight to like maybe heartbreak and how he feels. Whereas a lot of people or a lot of masculine people wouldn't do that. For me, why I really like the song, it was like a kind of juxtaposition between This Is the Girl I Want and Brown Eyes back in the day, and when he was on the beach and then trying to pursue the girl and then like probably pulling it off because it's Kano anyway. But I like how this song kind of showed the juxtaposition between that. I like the lyrics where it's like so many lessons taught, so many lessons in love can't be taught without the breaking of hearts, without the stain on her trust. I still feel the pain in her hurt. And just when you think you're moving on, you do shots to forget you effed this up. That's when I open up the cupboard and I see the S on your cup. And then I like Silva because I thought it would have been like someone like Skinner from the streets who would have filled in this. When I heard this, I was like, wow, this is good. And the way he sings it, it's like silence speaks so loud, trying to drown it out in this room full of emptiness because we've been holding on to each other. Now with the space I need, I cry another tear that you won't see. And it's just little sentimental things like that. Like, you don't always have to be tough. You kind of let back and let your emotions out. And it reminded me and it brought me a lot of nostalgia of like the garage days. And I missed out on a lot of garage music because I was just too young at the time to go through and be a part of that scene. But I love this track and just how it was composed and put together. And I did think when the horns came in, you would have heard like Skinner from the streets. But with or without him, the track was still 100 to me anyway. Quick video review, what I wanted to do or something that I wanted to bring to you guys as well. Can't Hold Me Down, probably a track what's so important to me because when I went back home to Manchester, my parents are playing this and there's not a lot of music that I like that my parents like, or they'll play on repeat and we both be like humble with it. So I just think it was a great track. My mum says she likes the visuals and she liked all the men in the kitchen being able to participate, cook, and how it represented as a show on a different side to black males and masculinity as well. I like the samples at the beginning from Capleton, I think it was. And I just like how everyone's together and quite unified and there's no Aggie vibes. There's 100 man in the video for a reason because all deserve to be there. It's not just a bag of man in the video and no one knows who they are. You see Gigs, you see Gets, you see Dead Man getting involved with Popcaan. They're all preparing like fish and frying food in the kitchen, and I just think it was one of the most powerful videos of 2019 for me, and it really uplifted me. Don't really like to talk about too many things that don't make sense to me, but I'm going to quickly do a video review for you guys as well, or a reaction video as you call it, because I think this was an important video. Let's go.
Andre Sutherland, that's a nice name, God bless you.
Thank you.
Nice to have you here.
Yes, it's a pleasure being here also.
That's fighting with the fish. See them lyrics there. Hey. My favourite scene is the dinner scene, what comes up in a minute still. Bizzle, Popcaan. And everyone just smiling and happy in this as well, man. Got the rice and peas as well. Who was doing dishes? This is my favourite part, man. You see Gets, Gigs. Favourite lyrics. Alright, say no more. Yeah, probably one of my favorite videos. Like I said before, my family loved that video. I love the track. I just like how it brings everyone together. It's not as negative as the other video, Trouble, where you see the young guy in the wrong time at the wrong place. It just shows that there's a happy side and there's good sides as well. So I just really want to round this up and say thank you guys for listening. www.thetrainpodcast.com. Like I said, I'm your host. I'll be back with many more. Travis_works. And all the best for the new year, guys. And I just want to receive a lot more music like this and just more uplifting and more, positive things. And subscribe and like to all my videos. Thanks for